Welcome to the Earth Science Classroom, looking at the plate tectonic series and all things about crustal deformation, divergent plate boundaries, convergent transform, all the features, case studies, examples we can think of in terms of teaching methods and lessons. And we are here at the beginning of the 1900s, and we're looking at the Continental Drift Theory. Now, this Continental Drift Theory is based on these, floating bits of land that would technically move or drift across the oceans from location to location. And this was the scientific foundation for what we know now as our concept of plate tectonics. And don't forget, a plate is in reference to the ocean or continental section of it, based on the composition differences, and also the upper mantle, which is the lithosphere. And tectonics is a Greek word for builder. So how the plates are built, how the crust is built and constructed throughout time. So Continental Drift really came about from a very well-known, geographical piece of knowledge, which was that two continents in particular had a very organized coastline that would suggest that they would fit together if they were pushed together, basically, and there's no ocean separating them. And these two continents was Africa and South America. And basically, this was known from the mid 1500s, 1525 onwards, by a gentleman named Francis Bacon, who suggested this because of the extensive navigation that he had done across the oceans. He suggested that these two continents fit together. And the first real, I wouldn't say serious, but the first detailed map looking at the southern hemisphere with these two continents in particular was by Finlay in 1798. So for over 200 years, we have basically observed through accurate maps that South America and Africa have a very good puzzle fit. So it came to the year 1912, and it took a German astronomer, meteorologist by the name of Alfred Wegener to come up with a very conclusive multi-evidence or multi-piece evidence suggesting that continental drift is a theory that looks at how the continents have drifted apart. So they have drifted apart for a long time, millions of years, and they were once connected in the past in a single landmass that we call Pangaea. Or you can also spell it like that. Now, this is the Greek word for all Earth. Pan means all and Gaea means Earth. So all the continents were once connected all together, and this occurred between 600 and 225 million years ago. And since that time, 225 million years ago, the continents have been drifting apart as per Alfred Wegener's proposed theory. Now, he proposed it in 1912, but it took about 3 years of him traveling around parts of the world, working with other scientists, trying to piece together the concept and the theory, and obviously gain as much evidence as possible to then show the other scientists around the world and publish his findings so that he could be taken seriously. And it took till 1915, so about 3 years. And we first got the idea of the drift in from Greenland, where he would spend a lot of time on expeditions for his meteorology uh, theories, and he saw that the Greenland ice sheets would break apart, and these large chunks of ice would float on the water away from the original larger ice sheet, and that gave an idea that these continents would do the same thing, but in a much larger scale. And obviously, working with obviously the knowledge of the puzzle fit, he started to obtain different bits of evidence. Now, I'm going to go through these evidence pieces in detail on a different video, so please watch that, and 5 bits of evidence that he really promoted and suggested and got good detail for, and they are very compelling. And we'll look at the rejection of this theory and how it was proven later on in the 60s and how it developed into the modern day theory of plate tectonics. All right. Thanks, everyone. And like the video and want to see more, please subscribe, leave a comment, and looking forward to hearing from you.